who else but Nicki Mons?
Yeah, shalom. You know what's on my mind? The flat earth. The flat earth nonsense and stupidity. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand people who are willfully stupid. Who are willfully stupid and refuse to acknowledge, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Some people are just ignorant, and then some people are just stupid. Then you have people who are smart, but too smart to the point where they're stupid. You ever met someone who's so smart but stupid at the same time? Or I guess like how scripture says, they swallow a camel but strain at a gnat. I'm gonna take this apart every couple of days or every couple of weeks. I'm gonna touch on this whole flat earth dummy mode, because a lot of you, your brains are flat. Your brains are flat. I saw a video this morning on Facebook where this guy was talking about the whole flat earth thing. He had an old map, and this idiot actually had what looked to be like ice around the whole planet. But here's a question. Here's a couple of common sense questions. Are you telling me that planes that fly all over the earth have never seen these ice walls that you're talking about? You claim there's an ice wall around the whole planet, and the powers that be, the Illuminati, this is what I'm hearing, or the powers that be, the people who are in control of what people believe, see, do, think, smell, they block these areas off so nobody can see these ice walls. You know how stupid you sound? You know how stupid you look? You know how stupid you think? So no plane has ever flown to a height where you can see these ice walls. No plane has flown close to the ice walls. No boats have ever come close to these ice walls and documented, hey, I saw ice walls past South America. I saw ice walls all the way out west past California in the Pacific, where it's hot as hell. How did the ice wall stay frozen in the South Pacific? How did they stay frozen? Then prior to the level of technology that we have in this society, during the time of Columbus, even prior or after, no boat has ever come near these ice walls. Nobody has documented this phenomenon. Look at this, these ice walls. Nobody has done this. During World War II, when you had the submarines sinking ships all over the Pacific and various oceans, no submarine or battleship has seen these ice walls. I mean, yo, this is just ridiculous how people think, how stupid people can be. And there's tons of videos that show how stupid this theory is. Tons of videos. But some people just like to be stupid. Here's one of them. Some people just like to be stupid. I'm convinced of that. Some people just can't help being stupid. They like it. I'm inclined to believe that people just like to appear smart. So something as dumb as this, they latch onto. This is gravity doesn't exist. This is one theory these idiots they teach. You know, the flat earth followers. But again, every once in a while I'm gonna touch on this because because it's picked up so much momentum. It needs to be spoken of. I mean, really, check it out.
This is not a stupid thing to say.
So instead, let's try some proofs that have nothing to do with science at all. There is no challenge. There is no prerequisite information. You just have to listen, acknowledge that the logic is airtight, and then cry yourself to sleep.
And that's the whole thing with any argument. Logic. Logic. In a lot of cases, it's just a matter of logic. Even within scriptures, going back and forth with scriptures, certain things just require logic. And that's something we lack as a people. Simple logic. We'd rather follow emotion than logic.
Are you ready? Here comes one now. What is this object? It's the moon. We've all seen the moon. We've seen it many times. Look at all of these pictures of the moon. What do they have in common? They all show precisely the same features.
Notice how the moon is round as well. Is the moon flat? Is the moon flat? Notice how the moon is round as well.
We all see the same face of the moon. It doesn't change from night to night, and it doesn't change throughout the night. There is no denying this. You can't shout CGI. You can't cry conspiracy. It's the moon. We can all see it with our own eyeballs. It's there, and it always looks like this. Now let's place the moon above a flat disk and let it float around in the little magic circles you like to imagine. If the Earth was flat, would we all see the same face of the moon? Here is someone standing in one spot looking at the moon. They see this.
Feel free to put a comment. Educate me on this. If I'm wrong, educate me on this.
Here is someone standing in another spot looking at the same moon. They see this too. And this person. And this person. You get the idea. So is this possible? No, because that's not how objects work. People on the opposite sides of an object can't see the same face of the object. Go get two of your little buddies and have them stand on opposite sides of you. Can they both see the front of your face at once? No. A spherical moon over a flat Earth is not consistent with reality at all. So is it two-dimensional with the same face on both sides? Then anyone but these two people would see a different shape. So no. Is it pointing down like a spotlight? Then it would change shape as it passes by and only appear circular when directly overhead. So no. Is there any way we can make this work on a flat Earth?
And on a simple level, this is a good point. I never even really researched deep into the flat Earth nonsense because it's just too ridiculous. It's just too ridiculous. But this is on a simple level. This totally destroys the whole flat Earth nonsense. Totally destroys it.
No, there is not. So how, pray tell, do all people see the same face of the moon? Because Earth is a sphere and the moon goes around the Earth. It is tidally locked with the Earth, with one face always pointing towards the Earth. That's why everyone sees the same face of the moon, and that's the only way that everyone can see the same face of the moon.
Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Makes perfect sense to me, unless someone can, tell me different. But I don't understand how this doesn't make sense. This makes it's logical. Remember I said earlier, the whole thing is logic. The whole thing, as far as what you're telling a person or what you believe, it has to be structured around truth, number one, and logic. Logic. And what he's saying is 100% logical, unless somebody can show me something different. But it just makes sense. What doesn't make sense is when you start talking about ice walls around the Earth. That's just not logical. And a lot of you just get caught up into the foolishness. The scriptures tell you in Proverbs 14, verse 15, the simple believeth every word. So a simple person is a person who's not structured around facts and not detailed in wisdom spiritually. They're not detailed in understanding spiritually. They're around the same type of people, and it says they believe every word. Everything that's thrown at you or given to you, you don't research, you don't check out, you just believe, and you just run with it. Some of you are just believing just because your friends or your fellow worshipers, because they believe it, and you're believing it. And it's to the point that you don't even want to hear things that are based on simple logic. I would never embarrass myself teaching that the earth is flat and there's ice walls surrounding the earth. And the Illuminati and the powers that be have forbidden anyone to go near the ice walls to keep it a secret. Why would it be a secret? Why would they need to keep it a secret? That's a good question. A lot of you believe that the Illuminati and the powers that be have hidden this secret, which would be impossible, for hundreds of years. But why would it be necessary to hide the ice walls? Why isn't there numerous footage, whether it's video, whether it's pictures of these ice walls? Yet the scriptures say what they say. It says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his goings, meaning your goings is your life. Your goings is your belief. Your goings are your actions. But a prudent man, a wise man, he's going to check things out. And he's going to know where he's going. He's not going to follow man. He's not going to follow man. He's going to follow, number one, above everything is the scriptures. And he's going to be prudent enough to separate himself from the simple beliefs of man. And he's going to be concerned with his well-being. This is why he's going to look well to his going. When you go up a verse above, the 14th verse, it says, the backslider, one who's turned away from the Most High, the backslider, in heart, meaning in spirit, shall be filled with his own ways. See that? This is on a whole different level, but I think you get the point. A backslider is someone who's turned a back away from the Heavenly Father. They no longer believe in the scriptures. They choose to follow and believe in what they want to believe. This is why the Lord labels him a backslider. The backslider in his heart, meaning his spirit, shall be filled with his own ways. And a good man, a upright man, a righteous man, a wise man, shall be satisfied from himself. And that's very true. If you're eating ice cream and you're full, you're satisfied. There's no more need for ice cream. If you're eating chicken and you're full and satisfied, there's no more need for chicken. So you walk away from chicken. If you have questions and someone gives you answers or an explanation to what you're curious about or what you're inquiring about, that curiosity has now been satisfied. You understand? So you're stable in your thoughts on a spiritual or a thought process level. And then I gave examples of food. If you're full, then you're satisfied from an appetite. Here it says, the good man shall be satisfied from himself. The good man, he's filled with the Most High. The good man, he's fed from the Most High and he's satisfied. This is what makes him the good man. And he's satisfied from himself, meaning he doesn't follow his own ways. He doesn't follow his own thoughts, or like it tells you in Proverbs, he doesn't lean upon his own understanding. He's satisfied from himself, and he has chosen to follow the Most High. But the 15th verse says, the simple man believeth every word. He's never satisfied from any source of information, whether it's good or bad. He doesn't check things out. He just keeps eating spiritually information in lies, in truths, in half lies, in half truths. He eats all that, meaning he takes all those things in his spirit. So the Lord said, the simple man believeth every word, whether it's the Bible, whether it's from Africa, whether it's from Islam, whether it's from the church, whether it's from science. The simple man believeth in every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. The prudent man, the wise man, he's going to check things out. I'm not going to be long at all on this. I told you, every once in a while, I'm just going to tap into this because people keep bothering me about it every once in a while, and I see it, and it bothers me that people could be this stupid It bothers me that people could be this stupid. It really does. Nobody should be this dumb. Nobody. I mean, oh man, it's just crazy, And it's embarrassing because a lot of our people who are supposed to be teachers of the word of the Most High, they're supposed to be, somewhat smarter than this, man, somewhat smarter than this. But I guess, it's just the way it is, man. I guess, I always say everybody has their position to play in the Most High, and I guess, certain people just have the position of being deceived and deceiving people, or just being, stupid in certain cases, man. I hate to sound disrespectful, but, this has been going on for so long that, certain people just come off as stupid, man. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry to sound so harsh, and, I'm trying to wean myself away from coming at brothers like that. But, I mean, come on now. Nobody can be this stupid,
How, pray tell, do all people see the same face of the moon? Because Earth is a sphere and the moon goes around the Earth. It is tidally locked with the Earth, with one face always pointing towards the Earth. That's why everyone sees the same face of the moon. And that's the only way that everyone...
I bet you most of us didn't even know that the moon is constantly facing the Earth in one position. I bet you no one even considered that, especially the flat Earth believers.
Can see the same face of the moon. And guess what? The direction the moon is pointing even correlates with the observer's latitude. Isn't that something? Whether at the North Pole, South Pole, or anywhere in between, the orientation of the face of the moon that we all see will reveal your latitude on the spherical Earth. Pretty neat, huh? Maybe one day you'll save up enough allowance that you can leave your mom's basement and see the moon from another part of the world. So, my precious little learners, do you now see how pathetically fragile the flat Earth delusion is? Of all the hundreds of individual isolated phenomena that rip it to shreds like it was made of paper mache, some of them don't even require an ounce of scientific knowledge.
Do you hear that? That's why I never really even went into it. It's just so stupid. It's such a dumb belief and doctrine. It's just dumb, man.
They just require that you can think with your brain for 5 full seconds. For today's conclusive proof, we didn't have to talk about physics or astronomy or space travel. We didn't have to do any math. There were no equations for you to misunderstand or numbers for you to lie about. We just did a little bit of critical thinking. So now you can see how people figured out that the Earth is round thousands of years ago before science even existed, because they weren't stupid. They had access to basic logic and were able to comprehend simple proofs like...
Notice how you said they weren't stupid. They weren't stupid. But you got stupid people today, man. You got stupid people today.
This one, of which there are dozens. Just like you, they didn't know anything about gravity or forces or cosmology. And just like you, they had no idea what the moon is or what the sun is or what the stars are. And they figured it out all the same because they didn't have to know what these objects are. They just had fully functional brains and a basic capacity for spatial reasoning. So before you go and spew some emoji-laden nonsense in the comments section, take a moment to reflect and admit to yourself that what we went over here today is irrefutable.
I mean, how can you refute that? How can you refute that? I mean, as clear as day. It's just unbelievable that people could be so dumb. It really is. It's unbelievable that people can be so dumb, But again, every once in a while, I'm gonna tap onto this because you can't make this up, man. You can't make this up, in regards to the stupidity of our people, man. You can't make this up. I'm out.